All right, good morning. This is our Recovery Chronicles. It's Tuesday, 2/22/22. I guess about 8:10 in the morning. And I'm trying to give you a real view of this thing and not just a jaded view. But listen, Monday was, to say the least bit, Monday was a big challenge. I had two meltdowns on Monday. One was I was in the bed, kind of trying to shift myself a certain way and move, and something happened, and I felt like I literally was in an electric chair. And at that point, I lost all macho, and I literally had to just sit in that position for a moment, just to let it subside. And when that pain hit, and that, oh my God, I literally cried like that little baby GIF that I showed you guys before, little baby sitting in his high chair crying. Oh my God, I just have to be honest. I want to give you a real view of what I'm dealing with. And it just took me a little while just to let the pain subside and just gather myself, take a couple of deep breaths. My wife came and laid next to me and rubbed me a little bit. I mean, it's not much in it. Nothing, there's nothing anybody can do for you, when you're going through stuff like this. So, she did the best she can. So, we got through that. And then I did um, had a little fun with the grandkids. My grandson Christian helped out move some things around in the room and helped set me up in a chair, and so allowing him to be a part of the process. My little granddaughter Angel, little baby boss, she just lay in the bed with the tablet watching her little cartoon. I guess she too much of a little prima donna to help, but anyway, she doing her thing too. So day goes on, and then later in the day, uh, it really hit the fan, probably around 8 p.m., 8:15 p.m. And my wife and I had a disagreement. And when you go through what I just went through, um, you're probably not as rational. And let me say it the way it is. No, you're not rational because you're thinking from your pain and everything you're going through, and uh, morphine and everything else is like it only takes a little edge off. It's like, my God, this is crazy. So we had a little disagreement, and that disagreement was an argument. So I didn't agree with something she said. She didn't agree with something I said. And when you like that, it comes out the wrong way. And I let and truth be told, my meltdown was really not just that moment. My meltdown was really the past 4.5 years of walking slumped over in pain every day, still talking, walking in victory, still ministering to other people, still trying to stay positive and be Superman. And it was the frustration of everything where now I'm at the mercy of everybody. Um, and it was more emotional than it was pain, even though it was painful too. But it was a mixture of both. And my emotions, my wife had to give me, I don't know if it's to calm me down, Xanax or something. I can't even remember what it was called, but I was in so much of my emotions were, when I tell you, they were just everywhere. And just, I mean, it's almost like I was like, man, who am I? My emotions took over, the pain took over, and I was just vulnerable to the past 4.5 years in that one moment. So it wasn't necessarily my wife and I having that disagreement, at the moment. It was just a buildup of everything. And, 4.5 years of that, and, never really maybe releasing my emotion that I should have. And it blew up. I called my I'm getting ready to turn 56, but I called my mother, who is one of my heroes. And she could tell that I was in a zone. So she decided to come over and check in on me. And it was my mother, my older sister Pam, and her husband Donnie, because they want to drive her since it was late. But they came over, calmed us down. My mother reminded me that the caregiver's role is not easy, and I have to think about my wife and what she's going through also, which is true. And I'm the first to admit when I make mistakes and when I'm wrong. I really am. And right now I'm getting a little emotional because I'm just glad that we made it through it as a family. And I feel like I'm more in my right mind now after going through it. But my mother talked to me. I guess she talked to Kim. My brother-in-law, my sister came in here and just kind of, um, gave me some comfort, and I was okay. But I apologize to my wife for, um, the family having to come over here and check in on us. We're two adults. But my wife said something to me that really surprised me. I really didn't expect it, but the amazing thing is it was the right thing, and I never expected Kim to say this. I apologized for causing up a stir, and she says, well, maybe it was the right thing and it was what we needed. So I don't know what my mother said to her, and really it doesn't matter. That's between them. Um, I appreciate family. I appreciate my wife for what she's doing. And just know that I'm trying to give you a real view, not just a jaded view, but a real view of these chronicles and what I'm going through. So, at the end of the day, when you profess, I will, I can, I have to have victory. When you make that profession, and I've been doing it for, wow, since maybe 2006, 2007. It's kind of been my motto, my mantra, walking in victory. I will, I can, I have to have victory in Jesus' name. And you best believe that if that's a profession you make, you're going to be tested by it. And the thing about tests or challenges, or as I always like to say, opportunities, the thing that you have to remember is that you'll find that you'll go through certain things in life, and it's the principles that are involved. Even though you can have years of experiences, different experiences, it's still certain principles that you live by that you can adopt for every situation. There are rules of engagements. There are principles you can use. And my principle, I guess the again, the motto or the mantra, I will, I can, I have to. Um, it gets tested at different levels of your life. And this particular one that I'm going through right now is probably a bigger test than I ever have. I'm vulnerable. I'm emotional. Um, Never really had health issues other than being on blood pressure meds. And when I was in the hospital, the surgeon says, for all intents and purposes, he was able to fix years of damages, and it was worse than he even thought. So I'll get into maybe later what the surgeries were, but it was like three procedures he had to do on my spine, and it was pretty jacked up. But while I was in the hospital, remember, I'm a person, I've never stayed in the hospital overnight, number one. Then number two, my body was just all out of whack. My heart rate was crazy. My blood pressure was crazy up and down. They had to do EKG, a couple of EKGs. My temperature got up to 102.3 at one time, and that's probably my wife's first time hearing that, but it got up to 102.3 at one time and was just all over the place. They had to assemble a special team to check to see what was going on with my creatine. What's that word, Kim?
Correct.
My creatinine levels and my kidney were high. So there were just so many. Every time we thought, originally it would be a one night stay, hopefully, but it turned into a 2.5 day stay because my body was going through so many things. And then my first night was I was so paranoid, y'all, because remember, I've never had to stay overnight in the hospital before. Um, the other surgeries I had were day surgery, but this time you imagine laying in bed and you move a certain way, and the machines that I get, I can kind of laugh a little bit now, but the machines that you're hooked up to, you move to the left a little bit and try to get yourself comfortable, and all of a sudden the machines start going, I mean, bells and whistles going off. You know? And I'm sorry, it hurts to laugh, but I can laugh about it now. I'm sitting up thinking, because my mind is racing. Oh my God, the machine is hooked up to my body, so something must be going on with my body. And I'm like freaking out, y'all. So the nurse comes in and says, "Calm down, calm down. We just have you on a fall risk." And I'm like, "Okay, so what is it?" She says, "Well, you were moving so much through in the bed, so we have an alarm that says if you're doing too much movement, we make sure we come in and check on you." So I'm like freaking out. But anyway, so we went through that. Then um again, this is that first night, and then I'm kind of moving around again, and I'm trying to scoot to get comfortable because honestly, no position is comfortable. And my IV comes out of my arm and it falls on the ground. And I can't get up and then so I'm looking and the IV's on the ground and the phone for me to call and press the button to call the nurse is on the floor on the left side of the bed. And I'm like, oh my God, y'all excuse me, but it hurts to laugh, but I'm yelling, somebody help. So it was really, I can laugh now, but I'm like, man, I'm like freaking out. So the nurse comes in. She says, "Mr. Nelson, what's going on?" I'm like, "The IV came out and that means something's wrong with me." She's like, "Calm down, Mr. Nelson. It's okay. It just slipped out. The good thing is the needle is sitting in your hand. So we'll clean this up. We'll get another one and we'll just reconnect the medicine. It's okay." So I'm like, just freaking. I'm like, okay, okay. You sure it's okay? Hey, thank you. So then another nurse comes in. Okay, they're taking my vitals, blood pressure. At that time, that first time after surgery, the blood pressure was high and my heart rate was like off the chain, 130 or something like that. But anyway, that first night was eventful. We'll talk a little more later because I'm getting tired and making myself laugh hurts. So, but it's just funny how later uh, you can laugh, and I know there's gonna come a day where after I've gone through all this and I'm back walking and living my best life, as Duval says. It'll be good, and it'll be another memory of I can, I have to have victory in Jesus' name. It'll be another memory, another experience, and it'll just be another testament to the healing power of God, another testament to trusting God and allowing Him to pull you through things, because everything in me is being tested right now as it relates to being vulnerable to everybody, and that bothers me. But we're going to make it through. So, y'all be blessed and remember the words: I will, I can, I have to have victory in Jesus' name. Y'all have a good day.